cook is going to be oxtail soup. We have the oxtails in the, oh man, about 30 of them. Takes 15 to 20 oxtails, man, a ton of carrots, 20, 30 carrots, 4 hearts of celery, 4 onions, 1 or 2 parsnips, some rutabaga, turnips. We use the, corn, frozen peas, frozen beans, whole tomatoes chopped, tomato paste, butter beans, cabbage, turnip. I think I said turnip, parsnip before, rutabaga. Yeah, it's all in here. It's all here. So that's a lot of carrots, you would say, hey? That's a lot of carrots. We're going to see what fits in the kettle here as we progress. But we got about 30 oxtails in there. Look at the onions going into the mix. Got more onions to go. Oxtail soup is looking good, looking good. You definitely put the beef bouillon in. I got a jar and a half for the size kettle. I don't want to overdo it, so a jar, or that's a half of the other jar. Then a little bit of carrots, which are, about 25 carrots here. Let's see what they fit in there. Holy cow, they're going to go get in there. Carrots are in. And then 2 parsnips and 2 turnips. They're in. Going to run out of room real quick here. Can always tell. Got a lot more stuff to go in there. Now we got to cut up the rutabaga and the celery and get that in. That'll be done. The oxtail soup. Rutabaga. Oh, we're getting pretty full. Gonna have to get some liquid in there eventually. Got the rutabaga in. Next on the list is celery. A little bit of celery. Oh boy. I'm gonna have room for the rest of the ingredients. I still got butter beans to go. Tomatoes, and cabbage, the most important. 6 cans of diced tomatoes, 1 head of cabbage so far. I got another head to put in there, and some more tomatoes. Oxtail soup, we're getting there, slow but sure. 2 cans of tomato puree, 2 bags of frozen beans, 2 bags of frozen corn. Why wouldn't I? Then we got to walk away and let this cook on down. A couple hours, and we'll stick it out in the snow to cool, bag it up, stick it in the freezer along with the chili we got down there and all our winter goods that we keep in the freezer. But until then, I got a nice big mess to clean up here. Rutabaga in, I got 1 more cabbage, although not sure the cabbage will fit, but I think once that cooks down a little bit it will. I'm hoping it will. So time to take a little break and let the stove do the rest of the work. And then, so far, 2 cans of butter beans. Or 3 cans. I like to get about 6 in there. But we got to let this cook down now for a couple, 2-3 hours easy, because it's going to take a long time to get up to boil. But there you have it, oxtail soup. Still got a cabbage to put in. Don't know if I'll have room, but I'll make room. Here's the final product of the oxtail soup. Nice and thick. A lot of oxtail in there. There's a big piece of oxtail right here. Oh, I love this stuff. So yeah, we made 5 gallons. Just got done putting it in the seal meal and sticking it in the freezer in the basement. Couldn't get another thing in that fridge in that basement, I'll tell you that. It is packed, that freezer. Absolutely packed. It's got chili, 2 different types of soups, all kinds of meat and roast. If we had a power outage, we'd be in trouble, but we just fire up the generator and we should be good to go. So here's my oxtail soup. Some rutabaga in there, carrots, tomato, butter beans, man, you name it, it's in there.